Welcome, disaster aficionados and legal eagles. Buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into the wonderfully weird world where Mother Nature's fury meets the iron fist of the law. We're talking about natural disasters and the legal battles they spawn, a chaotic cocktail of destruction, insurance claims, and lawsuits so bizarre, they'll make you question the very fabric of reality. I mean, you'll spit out your coffee when you hear some of these lawyers' defenses. We'll start with the obvious, property damage. A hurricane wipes out your beachfront bungalow. Earthquake crumbles your condo. Wildfire turns your dream home into a charred skeleton. Suddenly, you're not just dealing with the emotional trauma of losing everything, but also the legal labyrinth of insurance claims, contractor disputes, and potential lawsuits against builders or municipalities. And let me tell you, these cases can drag on for years, often becoming a battle of expert witnesses, conflicting appraisals, and enough legal jargon to make your head spin. One particularly memorable case involved a homeowner who sued his insurance company for not covering the damage caused by a meteor strike. A meteor strike? I wonder what planet the judge was on when they delivered that verdict. Spoiler alert, the homeowner didn't win. But property damage is just the tip of the iceberg. Think about the cascading effects of a disaster. Businesses shuttered, supply chains disrupted, livelihoods destroyed. This leads to a whole new wave of legal challenges. Employees suing for lost wages, businesses suing their insurers for inadequate coverage, and even class action lawsuits against corporations deemed responsible for exacerbating the impact of the disaster. Take, for instance, the aftermath of a major flood. A small business owner, whose shop was completely submerged, sued the city for inadequate flood control measures, arguing that the city's negligence directly contributed to their financial ruin. The case went all the way to the Supreme Court, highlighting the complex interplay between governmental responsibility and individual loss. The sheer audacity of some of these claims is breathtaking. Then there's the issue of evacuation orders and emergency response. Were the orders timely and clear? Was the emergency response adequate? Were people adequately warned? These are all questions that can lead to significant legal disputes. Imagine a family who lost their home in a wildfire, claiming that the local authorities failed to issue timely evacuation warnings. Their lawsuit, fraught with emotional testimony and conflicting expert opinions on fire behavior and emergency management protocols, became a landmark case, influencing future emergency response planning. It's a heartbreaking scenario, but one that underscores the critical legal implications of disaster preparedness and response. Furthermore, the aftermath of a natural disaster often unveils a darker side: fraud and exploitation. Opportunistic individuals and companies may attempt to capitalize on the vulnerability of disaster survivors, leading to a surge in fraudulent insurance claims, price gouging, and even outright theft. These acts can lead to criminal prosecutions, as well as civil lawsuits against the perpetrators. We've seen cases where contractors inflated repair costs, insurance companies unfairly denied claims, and even government agencies were accused of misappropriating disaster relief funds. The sheer scale of the fraud can be staggering, making the legal battles even more complex and emotionally charged. And let's not forget the emotional toll. The stress, anxiety, and trauma caused by natural disasters can have profound and lasting consequences, leading to mental health issues and impacting the ability of survivors to cope with the legal complexities of recovery. This is where the legal system often faces its biggest challenge, balancing the need for efficient and just resolution with the emotional needs of those who have suffered immense loss. Some jurisdictions have begun to implement specialized courts and programs to address the unique challenges faced by disaster victims, recognizing the importance of a compassionate and trauma-informed approach to legal proceedings. The legal battles following natural disasters are often protracted and complex, involving multiple parties, conflicting expert opinions, and mountains of documentation. The legal landscape itself can be a minefield of insurance policies, building codes, environmental regulations, and governmental liability laws. Navigating this maze requires skilled legal representation, and access to legal aid becomes crucial, especially for those who have lost everything. The disparity in access to justice, however, often exacerbates existing inequalities, leaving the most vulnerable members of society at a disadvantage in the aftermath of a disaster. We've only scratched the surface here. There are countless other legal issues that can arise from natural disasters, issues related to eminent domain, land use planning, environmental contamination, and even international law in the case of transboundary disasters. Each case is unique, presenting its own set of challenges and opportunities for legal innovation. The sheer volume of litigation following a major disaster can overwhelm the legal system, highlighting the need for proactive disaster preparedness planning that includes legal contingency measures. Imagine a scenario where a dam bursts, causing widespread flooding. The ensuing lawsuits could involve the dam's owners, the government agencies responsible for regulating the dam, the insurance companies, and countless individuals and businesses affected by the flood. The sheer number of plaintiffs and defendants could create a legal nightmare of epic proportions. The stories we've touched upon today are just a glimpse into the chaotic and often absurd world of natural disasters and legal disputes. These cases, filled with drama, human tragedy, and occasional bursts of the darkly humorous, remind us of the profound impact that natural disasters have on our lives, not just in terms of physical destruction, but also in the legal battles they ignite. It's a constant reminder that even in the face of overwhelming devastation, the fight for justice continues. And as we've seen, sometimes the legal battles themselves can be just as destructive, just as unpredictable, and just as bizarre as the natural disasters that sparked them. So next time you hear the wind howl or feel the earth tremble, remember the legal maelstrom that might follow, and perhaps take out a really, really good insurance policy. You never know when you might need it. And maybe, just maybe, invest in a really good lawyer too. You just never know what kind of crazy lawsuit might come your way after a hurricane, earthquake, or even a meteor strike. After all, reality is often stranger than fiction, and the legal world after a natural disaster is a prime example of that.